Guess what? With the R, this is prototype, obviously. No cutting, right? No cutting.
So the last video we pulled out the engine. And then we were able to kind of put the Vortec like a mock-up a little bit. And
well, that's a US-style engine, and it's gonna be tough, but we have to look at the FD rules. I gotta verify what can be cut on the tunnel. That way, if somebody wants to do the swap, they can use it for competition.
Well, at least for today, we're just trying to, since the car is still in the shop and we have room, well, we made room for it.
Take everything out, because that's the plan anyways.
He wants to do a full cage on it, but honestly,
there's really no other reason why not to.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I need to...
Actually, once I want to do a sequential shifter. It's only like, I think the regular shifter is 800 and the sequential shifter is 1600. I might as well get to the sequential shifter, so just up and down.
I don't know.
You still step on the clutch, but
I don't know if that's my thing, you know?
Joey, sequential shifter? What's your input? Sequential shifter?
Are you talking about the BMW sequential?
No, this. You can convert the shifter. Yeah. You can convert it.
Why should I do it though?
It's easier.
I just feel like, I don't know. I just feel like I like the whole like. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm only probably going like up to third gear. That's it. But
yeah, just bam.
Picture yourself. Just imagine you're doing it.
S1 sequential is only 1700, or no, 1600. No, it's not bad. And then the regular shifter from the top is gonna be 600-700. So why not just go with
Just a quick shift.
I'm biased. Everybody knows I'm biased.
I know you're
I
biased.
just fucking.
You know that I want a quick shifter.
I just want to make sure that before we put the engine in and everything, that it has a cleaner look.
Yeah, we just clean it up. Something. Appreciate my cousin Jeff. Hooked me up. You know, I gotta look fresh in the camera. So it's in. There's no mounts. Right now, the subframe is OEM. I didn't move the subframe. We have 0.75 inches of clearance right now, and I'm pretty sure we can still move this engine in. I'm have to trim the frame right. Let me just show you the frame right here. It's definitely structural, but we're just gonna cut this section up and then box it in, and we can push the engine like maybe, honestly,
Say like an inch back.
I'm gonna cut it a lot. I'm gonna cut it like right here. I mean, shoot, I might have to cut all the way. I would, because right now, if you look down here, we're 0.75. It's about 0.75. The oil pickup, we're gonna make a custom one that's flat. It's gonna go in the middle, right in the middle of the grill, so the pickup is not a problem. If we can lower or push the engine back a little more, we're probably gonna be able to clear this up. I mean, it don't look like it's possible, but if this oil pickup probably gonna be here, I know we're probably gonna have to go. Well, we figure something out. I mean, we have the other Vortec engine with the aluminum valve cover. We're gonna try to see what we can figure out. Cut it, whatnot, we'll figure that out. But so far right now, it's definitely fitting. We have room to move back anyway, so. Number one for me is to see what's the subframe is doing without adding the spacers or doing something on the subframe, but it's looking good so far. Looking good in there, fit right in. It's not like a glove. Might have to go extra large, one size up to fit it, but yeah, it's gonna fit.
This is a lot higher than the aluminum one. The aluminum oil fill is more recessed, lower. Because on the aluminum, this is the same height as this.
Engine mount's not far out. So all I gotta do is fab up this way. And same on that side, it's almost similar. So we're going to sit right here. We can change this obviously. I feel like the more we can push it in, the more it's gonna fit obviously. It's already gonna clear the radiator. TR6060 is a little bit big. Once we get the engine off the 2002, we're gonna use I'm gonna scan the ZF again. I'm gonna scan the Vortec 4200. Now we can make our own plate, and the ZF is a lot smaller. We can definitely push this in without even cutting anything, I'm pretty sure. Pretty confident now. Because if you look at the housing or the block, the ZF is a lot smaller, and this is about 2 to 3 inches. So
It's just wide. There's plenty of clearance up and down.
with a ZF is a lot smaller, we can definitely trim this area. We don't use it.
And we picked up another engine today. I don't know why.
The transmission is not even hanging low either.
No, the transmission is above the body.
Yeah, you look. You can't even see the transmission. I mean, right now, look, it's higher. I mean, I might be able to go a little lower. But it's looking good. I just need to spend time with it. I'll come back tomorrow morning. It's kind of a little late. It looked good in there. I think that aluminum valve cover, the newer year, probably able to do really something about the valve cover. There's no problem cutting welding. Hey,
I think it's gonna work.
we got something. Is it time to go home yet? It looks good right there though. Look at the space on the side.
It's a lot of space.
So we just popped this open, and I know it's not gonna bolt directly, obviously, but what I was hoping that it still got the teardrop style, because knowing that I can place it in here and modify it, it's a lot easier than having to figure out how to seal if that was circle. And also another thing that I noticed, this has a guide right here on top, and this one doesn't. Kind of weird, right? So this is definitely a lot cleaner. Has 111,000 miles. This has 200,000 miles, the older version. But I know this was running. We just got this the other day or yesterday. You know, because it's a good deal, so we got it. But yeah, I'm about to. I know it doesn't fit in directly, but I'm trying to figure something. All right. So obviously, right now, this is the gasket of the second gen Vortec 4200. You can see that obviously it's not lining up. That's why the valve cover doesn't match up. Blah 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 blah. So this is nothing new, right? In the SR world, SR20, everybody that has a notch top, they modify the valve cover, they cut the front, modify it to fit the newer version. Essentially the same thing we're doing here, but we're going backwards, from the new generation going backwards. What I'm trying to do is cut the cover low as I can, and then move the oil filler somewhere back here. Same thing in the front. We're gonna modify this section, and same thing on this area so it'll fit. Probably gonna have to make the front further stick out a little bit so it can clear this, and that's what we're doing on that part. So yeah, it's not new. It's been done plenty of time on the SR valve cover, so that's what we're doing on that one. So we'll see what I can do. Let's see how I'm gonna cut it and figure it out. Let's just check it out. All right, right here, over here, just like the SR20. Similar idea essentially, because we're cutting this off, adding this part on, and you know, there's the SR20. You cut the front end for the S13, then you put the S15 or the newer version notched out valve cover to fit the front with the VVTIs. Essentially the same exact thing. All right, that was cut. It worked. Let's see, let's try it so we can go to lunch. Oh, I forgot. I still need to cut this area. Well, I'm gonna do that later. I want to eat. I'm hungry. Yeah, I gotta cut this area right here. I keep hearing this, never gonna close, cut this, cut that. But guess what, with the R, this is prototype. Obviously, I got more room to play with. The engine hasn't even, I haven't pushed the engine back yet because I'm messing with this area. It's on the subframe, look, and I already measured it. I can definitely close the hood without doing any of that stuff. So right now I still need to trim what I designed. See it move a little bit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I got plenty of room to adjust. But so all right, it's laying right on the hood, but obviously it's closed. It's closed. So with that said, I just need to play with my design and yeah, I just need to play with my design and modify that and be good to go. No cutting, right? No cutting. I just modified my valve cover. So we figured out the valve cover, and right now, obviously, this is the Gen 1 with a Gen 2 cover. We have to use this cover because we can't weld on the plastic, obviously. The other thing that I'm trying to figure out is how am I gonna incorporate or integrate my design, our design, into this cover. And the problem is there's no machine, or there may be a machine out there that can print this long. This is about 31 inches. It's a long valve cover. The N54 is only like 27 inches. So right now the problem is I'm trying to figure out where I'm gonna be able to cut it and able to weld that on there. And yeah, that's the problem we're dealing with. It fits, but I have to move this, all that stuff, and able to clear the design. So yeah, it's a big motor. Yeah, so right here we 3D printed just the flange part of the valve cover, showing y'all the fitment of the gasket before we actually get this made in aluminum. So the Gen 1 obviously is different from the Gen 2 cover and the head as well. So what we did is we integrated like that. We integrated the Gen 1 and Gen 2 together so that the Gen 2 cover will fit the Gen 1. I know it's different, but we figured it out, so you guys don't have to worry about that. I mean, obviously this is not a first rodeo. If you watch the video, we did the N54, we did in a 240, we did a 3SGE and an E30. I've done a bunch of swaps over time. I can't even tell you when I started this stuff. I know the first swap I've ever done, the crazy one, was maybe 2015. I did an LS in the E36 on my back, no lift, made my own mounts from scratch. So it's all experience, right? Y'all pay me for my experience. But yeah, no, here, just showing you guys the fitment of the gasket. As you can see, it's definitely working.
This is being a little stubborn.
Yeah, it's oily actually. So it fits. Look at that. Look at that. I think fits. So gasket work. Gen 1 gasket work on the valve cover that we're gonna have to offer, or the valve cover that we're gonna offer. So that fits there. So that fits all the way. Now we'll try this other half. I mean, this one's like on point. Look at it. So with that said, now I'm gonna go ahead and have this printed in aluminum, and we're good to go. We're about to scan the whole engine for the Gen 2. No, actually, yeah, we're gonna scan the whole engine because we're also gonna start designing our own ZF2 Vortec 4200 conversion kit. That way, we're just gonna have all this kit available for you guys. We're gonna do that in a minute. So another headache that I figured out, well, I found out, obviously this is all trial and error at this point. Well, not trial and error, what do you call it?
Development.
Yeah, prototyping, right?
Yeah.
So the Gen 2, obviously right here, and the Gen 1, different cover. Again, the gasket's obviously different. So when I printed this flange, I had it designed to fit the Gen 1 because it's for a Gen 1 head. Realizing that Gen 1 had this little divot right here, dip, and the Gen 2 doesn't have it. So I was thinking using the Gen 1 gasket because obviously we extended this part. Now I have to pretty much design everything that I had in the computer up to here because I cut it right here. This is a flat section. I cut it right there. So now I'm gonna have to move it and add this hole to my design. That way we'll also be able to use the Gen 1 gasket for the Gen 2 cover and a Gen 1 head. Well, damn, that's a lot of shit, right? See what I'm doing right now? That thing is a lot of shit, bro.